Everybody knows there's not a better time of year. Hear that sleigh, Santa's on his way. Hip hip parade for Christmas vacation. Got a ton of stuff to celebrate.
Ho, 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 ho.
Hey guys, Chuck Timbrook with the House of Blackout. I want to welcome you to tonight's show. We have some special guests with us tonight. I call them heroes because I never served. All veterans are heroes to me. And our angels is the ones that's not here with us today. Guys, these guys every year do Wreaths across America. God bless our veterans. They've already put their time in, but yet they see to make time to do even more for this country, to honor those who never made it back home. Wreaths across America on the 14th of December. I've done several events with these guys, and I'll tell you what, I try not to miss any of them. These guys are like brothers to me, and they should be heroes to you. I'd like to bring them in now. Our guest, come on in here, Scrappy.
Thank you, sir.
Come on here, Short Shot. And my favorite, Cannon.
Good to see you, Chuck. Good to see
buddy.
you. Yes, sir.
Guys, I know you guys been through some rough times in your military careers. I mean, I know I don't pry, and I'm never going to pry. So just understand whatever you tell us is a lesson to us, to all of us who never served. Right? That we just want to know. Right? We want to know because me as never serving and being around the veterans that I've been around. 5 minutes, what's in your head overseas would be 5 minutes that would scare the living shit out of 50% of this country. And I know that lies in you guys. And this is why I respect and honor you guys. Because you went through it. And that's where this country needs to stand up. Keep thanking you guys for your service, for what you've been through. The Leathernecks is a big motorcycle, group. They are all veterans, Marines, and the name of your group, Scrappy, the name of the group, how, like you have divisions.
Yes, the local chapter is the Pale Blue chapter.
Okay.
And we're based out of Williamsport, Maryland. And we support the Wreaths across America at the Antietam National Battlefield.
That is awesome. That is awesome. The gentleman served his country. Now he's part of serving it again with the Wreaths across America. Putting in his time. You should be grateful. Short Shot, how about you, sir?
I've been with the chapter, Pellu chapter local for coming on 7 years now, and we've been doing Wreaths across America. This is going to be our 6th year of doing it, and it's just something that started. I think we started with 80 Wreaths the first year. We doubled it, and each year it's getting bigger and bigger. And with your participation, which is a great help, we're hoping to one day fill the whole cemetery with all the graves.
That would be
with
awesome.
a wreath.
That would be awesome.
So that is our ultimate goal, and we're getting there.
Well, I'll be there every year, you know that. You can count on me. But I've been with you guys, this is my 5th year, and we're going to 10, 15, 20. I'll be 80 and still have this TV show that we call that Wreaths Across America.
There you go.
All right, Mr. Cannon.
I've been with the Pellu chapter a few years now, and it's been something I was looking for. I felt like something was missing in my life, and I found this club, started participating, hanging around, went through my prospect phase, and got patched in, and it's been, I needed my brotherhood back. I missed my brotherhood. It was something that I needed, and I have met and been introduced to so many veterans since I've got back with Marines and Navy, Fleet Marine Corps, Navy Corpsmen. They are part of our club too,
Yes.
because they're our docs, devil docs, and it was just something most of us do need. Most of us do need it. We need to have that, our camaraderie, our brotherhood, a place to vent, hang out, feel comfortable again, and it was here. It was here.
And they're there when you need them.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
what it's all about.
Yep. Yep. Anytime.
Guys, these guys are even there when I need them. You know, and I never served. It's like a family to me.
Yep. Yep. We could call on each other anytime, night or day, just like it was in the Corps. You know, you need your brother, you call him.
Exactly.
Yep. It's a good feeling to know that I have that connection again. I've known Scrappy for a very, very long time. And when I knew that he was part of this chapter, that was one of the reasons I wanted to be back and get back. And that short round, he's awesome. He's awesome. He's our little, he's our rabbit chihuahua, is what we call him.
He's called worse.
Yeah, he's been called worse. He's a good man. He's a good man, and the rest of my brothers in the chapter are just, I love them all. I love them all. And to meet all the veterans and go to the VA hospitals and see those gentlemen and see them struggling and then put a smile on their face, it is just, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I really can't say how good it feels and to be part of it. I feel 10 feet tall when I'm there.
I think there's a gentleman in the VA right now that was 105 years old. Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark, was that his name? In a wheelchair. He's 105, and he'll argue with you all day long. He's just like us sitting here talking. You can't tell he's 105 years old. World War II, he'll yell at you, he'll joke with you, he'll carry on with you. He just, you know, he's in a wheelchair. But tell you what, you ever want to meet somebody from World War II that'll give you a piece of his mind? Go see Mr. Clark, VA Center. Keep in mind he's 105 years old. Not too many get to live that long.
Yeah. Veterans Day, that brings to mind. I had the honor to meet a WW2 vet, Mr. Myers, and he was on a tank crew, and he had stories. Stories that just him and I was going to talk about with nobody around to hear. But he was, you could see he was struggling. You could see the struggle in his face. He told me things that would, like you said, Chuck, scare the living
Go ahead.
out at whoever. But he was a good man. He is a good man, really good man. It's everywhere. It's to be involved with that and meet them men and women. I've met a lot of lady veterans that are they're my equals. You know, I consider them my equals. Every one of them. It's very, very awesome. The patriotism that I see every day. I meet a lot of people with my job. It's flags, pins, you know, on their lapels. And I see it all the time. It's just, wow, okay, awesome. we're still here.
Yes.
Yep, we're still here.
Mr. Myers, is that the one from Hagerstown, Maryland, or Berkeley Springs?
I think he's from Hagerstown.
90,
Yes, sir.
96 years old?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Myers.
Yep.
Hi, Mr. Myers.
Yep, Mr. Myers.
Done some, Mr. Myers was with us at the Mummers Parade for the folding of our flag, which is on the ceiling. Mr. Myers and Ed Hunt and Tim Wright with the traveling wall folded this flag in the Mummers Parade, and it was awesome. Mr. Myers bungee jumped at 93 years old. He jumped out of an airplane parachute at 92, and the last I heard he was going skiing at 95. So I haven't seen him in a while, but there's a trooper right there.
Yep. Mr. Myers is doing well. Doing well.
He is
I
awesome.
would love to sit down with him and talk to him for hours. Yes, sir. Yes.
Now he's told me some stories, guys, but I don't get into repeating stories.
Right.
Because this was between Mr. Myers and me, and like I said, I don't pry. This was Mr. Myers talking openly, but Ken was right. Some of the stories that's wrapped up in their head would drive you crazy, and a lot of Americans wouldn't have the balls to do to what some of these guys have done, and this is why we should be grateful to them. Well, Scrappy, let's hear from you. You hiding over in the corner. And by the way, I made a mistake, all right? It's short round. I was calling him short shot. Short round, proper name. Well, Scrappy, tell us a little bit.
So I joined the club a couple years ago. I'm the young buck. Got out of the Corps back in 14 and did a couple tours, Iraq, Afghanistan, and you know, it's definitely this club probably, you know, saved my life, you know, and I know being around this nation of Leatherneck Nation, not only me but multiple Marines throughout this nation saved their lives too, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, you know. Talk to brothers from Ohio, Philadelphia, South Carolina. Done the same for them. So this is it's a brotherhood, it's a family that is extremely important, not only to me but to each and every one of us. And Wreaths Across America is, you know, it's something that brings us together. You know, it's something that is important to us, to show our community that we fought for it and we're going to continue to fight for it. I would still be there today if I could be. I still would be there today fighting for this country if I could be, and I'm going to teach my kids and everybody else's kids that this country and this flag is worth fighting for.
Exactly. Amen, brother. I agree with you. Iraq and Afghanistan.
Yes, sir.
You know, a lot of you people don't know, but we don't have nearly as many in Afghanistan and Iraq, but there's still POWs and MIAs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people don't know that. The last count, I think, was 21. I think it was 21. I think. Don't hold me to them numbers, guys, but I think it's 21. And it's not as bad as the Vietnam War, not as bad as World War II. Vietnam War, we had a lot that was left behind that should have never been left behind, but you know, we can keep saying that till we're blue in the face, until our government fixes that issue. We don't leave no man behind. That's one of the Marine Corps mottos right there. Leave nobody behind. You know, and you got to be grateful for that. And Cannon, where did you serve?
I started out Paris Island.
Okay.
We're you know, East Coast, West Coast, you know, Paris Island. Started out at Paris Island and then went to Oklahoma for artillery school.
Okay.
Came back to Lejeune, Camp Lejeune.
Okay.
Did most of my tour at Camp Lejeune. I was artillery crewman, cannoneer. Um, got to shoot the big rounds.
Cool.
90, I think they were 95-pound rounds. And
Well, that was,
I could still, I could still,
I can see me now.
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
We would throw them up on our shoulders, and we would hustle around and fuse them up. And I could still do it today. It's in my mind. It's implanted in my brain. I could probably set it up and send rounds down range with a little bit of refreshing, and that's what I done.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what, was you overseas?
No, sir.
You didn't go overseas?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. I served my.
Still served your time.
I served my time
That's
during
what it's all
peacetime.
about.
I served under President Reagan.
Okay. I like
And there were a few, my wife, there was a few scares. She thought I was being deployed.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't blame you.
several times, a lot. But they worked it out. And I don't know how the government works all that out. For some reason, we didn't get deployed. And we got to stay home.
Some people don't understand that a woman's job, when their man is overseas, they're the ones that sit home and worry.
Yeah.
You know, and the last thing they want to see is that car pull up in front of the driveway.
Yeah.
That's the last thing. You know, and a lot of people forget to thank the women. You know, you thank the veteran that served in the war, but you also thank his wife, because his wife sat home and worried all the time. And I'm glad you brought that up. That was,
Yes,
that
sir.
was a good point.
She's been with me, married out of boot camp. Married out of boot camp. She's been with me for 33 years. She put up with through the thick and thin, all the scares and what happens and what ifs, and she's been there the whole time as well.
In other words, what he's trying to say is he whooped ass, but when he got home, she whooped his ass.
Roger that. Roger that.
Short round, let's go to you. Where did you serve?
I served from 1979 to 86. I was in a reserve component unit, 4th Marine Division, which was infantry unit. And I originally went to MOS school, military occupation training. And supposed to be a truck driver, but they put me in an infantry unit, which didn't work out too well. So I went in a weapons platoon and was handed a M60 machine gun. That was my truck.
Where did you end up? Did you end up overseas?
No, I didn't deploy. We had a few short calls where we were, quickly activated, but then that
On
was
standby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the politicians work out their thing, and we don't go anywhere.
Well, you know what? I'm thankful for that.
And
Because anytime that a soldier tells me that he didn't have to get deployed overseas, I'm thankful for that, because there's a 60% chance that they might not come back home sometimes, and that's, some of them guys, they kind of frown when they say that. To me, it makes me smile, because I know that, hey, he wasn't sent over to hell. The Vietnam War, Afghanistan, Iraq, any of them, and so that, that's a lifting part to me when I hear that.
yeah, it is. Like, a lot of people don't realize that even though, like right now, we're in a relatively peaceful time in the world, there's a lot of men and women out there in godforsaken places that are still willing to give their life for this country. So, like, we're not in a Cold War like when I was in, but yet we are in a Cold War, and they're standing by, they're sacrificing their life in a way because they're away from home, deployed or not, they're ready to stand by and step up to the plate when the balloon goes up.
We're in a Cold War here at home too, because down in D.C. they can't get their stuff together. They all want to argue. I'm not getting into politics. Don't get me wrong. I can't stand politics.
We'll leave that be too.
But I'll tell you right now, the two groups got to come together, because the people in this country is the ones suffering from them arguing back and forth.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Scrappy, back to you.
Yes, sir.
So what, you was in Iraq and Afghanistan, and how long was you over there?
I did 2 tours, about 7, 8 months each.
So you've seen action.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything you want to tell us? Anything that special that happened nothing negative, but special that you got from being over there?
I mean, the brotherhood that we have, the camaraderie, you know, is just, you build relationships on another level when you're in that type of situation. It's really unbelievable. You know, not diving deep into stories and whatnot. But you know, it's just, I didn't see a ton of combat. You know, I did convoys and IED explosions and stuff like that.
But you made it back home.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know,
I
was, you know, truthfully, and kind of talking about what you talked about earlier a little bit is, you know, one of the toughest jobs in the Marine Corps is being the wife at home and supporting.
Exactly.
And then one of the next toughest jobs is being that Marine that has to go do the notification. And unfortunately, I'd go back overseas before I ever have to do that again, and I had to do that. And when I was on I&I duty, I had to give a notification to a family, and I never want to have to do that again. If I were to tell any story, that would be the one that is the worst thing that I ever had to do. So I would go overseas and back into a combat zone 10 times over before I ever have to tell another family that their son lost their lives. And the unfortunate part is that Marine completed 3 tours overseas and then lost his life in a training accident.
Hero loss to this country right there.
So,
And how you think his family's feeling when they get this news? You know, everybody thinks, you know, it's nothing. It was something. And it's people like me that never served that's going to stay on the people who don't understand. Blackout. One of these days, we'll have the funding to go all over this country and spread that statement for exactly what he just talked about. And that's what it's all about. But guys, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. And don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. When you subscribe, the next edition that comes out will always let you know by subscribing that the new episode is up. So don't forget to do that. Thank you, and we'll be right back.
It's that time. Christmas time is here. Everybody knows there's not a better time.